Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 6, Episode 16, titled Screenwriter's Blues. Air date February 2nd, 2009, and the synopsis is:
Lucas wrestles with casting for his movie while Peyton tries to prepare for their future. Dan advises Jamie on a school crush. Brooke meets the actress who will play her while Nathan gets exciting news, and Haley has to make a tough decision at school. So we start off with the auditions for the movie. And a couple of people are auditioning for the roles of Nathan and Haley.
Yeah, and the director, Adam Reese, wants Nathan, well, he first starts with wanting Nathan to be shirtless for every audition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Nathan's confused about this too.
Well, especially because what scenes they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Was Nathan shirtless? Yes, we've seen him shirtless, but there was a reason why he was shirtless. He just wasn't walking around the street like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, maybe on a weird note, maybe it's to see if he looks good with his shirt off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is he appealing to girls that will think he's, sexy or whatever, like they do Nathan, like they do Lucas? It's people like when, the guy's shirt is off. So it's maybe that's the thing too, is what does he look like? Does he just have a pretty face or what?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do think it's a little deeper than that for little Adam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then he says for them to do a take where Nathan wears the poncho and Haley is shirtless. So, of course, Lucas stops that.
Yeah, he's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't even believe they're really going to do that. I was like,
yeah.
And then what I thought was hilarious was when when Lucas looks to Nathan and Haley and was like, what did you guys think? And Adam's like, oh, I didn't realize we gave what was it?
Creative
control to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny. And he's like, well, they are the real people.
Yeah.
And then they're just they're good. Except for Nathan talking about he's like an ass.
Yeah.
So it was funny, when they were leaving, then Adam Reese says, he tells Lucas, even when he says like this stuff, I still find him likable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I'm like, well, first of all, that's because Nathan is likable. But it was just so funny, how he's saying all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious. Every time he says something, I just start laughing. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
You don't find him laughable?
Yeah, I do. But then the next pair of actors auditioning for Haley and Nathan walk in, and Adam tells the guy to lose the shirt. So that's just the first thing he does for every audition, I guess. And then Haley and Nathan walk out of the room to find them surrounded by other people going for their characters in the movie.
Yeah, and say, always and forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they, they finally get the glimpse of oh God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Nathan hates that he can't stick around to watch this play out, but
Haley's happy because she gets to look at all the shirtless Nathans.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Crib is delivered to the house, and Payne says thanks to Karen and Andy in a grateful tone. Then after not being able to put it together, she says thank you, Karen and Andy, in a bummed out tone.
Yeah, it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, trying to put something together it's so hard these days.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. If things aren't cut right. I've had that problem.
Well, yeah, and putting the swing set together was, oh my God, it was a lot.
Mm.
I mean, even these mics, they gave you the first couple steps, And then you had to look at the picture to figure out the rest of the setup. Like you should not have to do that. It should be step for step. Like it shouldn't be 2 steps and then you have to figure everything else out. Like, no. And I feel like that's probably how this probably was, because she couldn't speak Italian.
Right.
Isn't it weird the instructions were only in Italian?
Yeah.
Like it was shipped to the US, but it was only in Italian.
Right. So yeah, I just came from Italy, I guess.
So is that maybe where Karen and Andy are?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and they just found it easier, I guess, to ship something from their location to hers, even though they could have, ordered something from the US already and shipped it to, just a few states over, but
Yeah.
And then Jamie asked Dan if he was allowed to date in prison.
Such a weird question.
Random, yeah. And Dan says that some people did, and he opted not to. And
That's funny.
Yeah, so Jamie was asking because there's a girl at school. He says he doesn't like her, but Dan teases him about it. And Jamie just says he was wondering if maybe he can invite her over to his beach house someday. And Dan asks why not today. He'll ask his mom.
And what I thought was a little weird was that, like, Dan isn't a regular grandfather. He murdered somebody and was in prison. So he's not just, you're just a regular grandpa. So I'm like, okay, I know we're acting like right now it's a little girl, right? That Jamie likes, it's not, a 27-year-old. But like, think if that was your little girl, I'd be like, going to whose house?
Right.
Like, I'm not letting my little girl go to a murderer's house. So, like, for Dan, that's what you're always going to be. Sorry. And secondly, like, I just don't get on where that would be okay. For like any parent to be like, yeah, you want to go to Jamie's grandpa's house? Like, is there going to be supervision? But yeah, when he's like, yeah, like, like we can do it at my place. And I'm like, says who? Like the mom? Like, that's all I was thinking of. Was like, really, Dan? Like, you're not just a regular grandpa. And it's different for you when parents find out, that their kid is hanging around you. It's going to be different.
Yeah. So Jamie's nervous about asking the girl, have a plea date because he's never done it before. And Dan says that, lucky for him, women have never been able to turn down a Scott man.
Which is funny because when you think about it, it's actually true. Like, what woman or girl has ever turned down one of the Scotts?
Right.
Even Keith. Like, really? None of them.
Well, I mean, Karen did say no to his proposal the first time, but yeah.
Yes, but she eventually got with him. And it was only because she didn't want to ruin the friendship. But she did like him.
Yeah.
She also was just too scared at that time to say anything after all those years.
Right. And then in bed, Brooke asks Julian what he's smiling about, and he says he can't help it. The sex was amazing. No wonder why she was so popular in high school.
Oh my God.
And surprisingly, she didn't take offense to that. Says,
I know. I was like,
she made it popular.
Yeah, because last episode he brought up how like she was like naked in high school, and she took offense to that, calling him like a jerk. And now it's okay that he's saying this.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because now she got to sleep with him. I don't know.
And then he has to leave to get to casting because, he should have been there hours ago with, Lucas and Adam. And Brooke wants to know what, character's being casted for it. She wants it, wondering if it's hers. And but he just slips away without answering. And then back at Trick, Peyton walks in to find the place packed with actresses going out for her character.
Oh my God, this was hilarious because, she's like bringing what lunch for Lucas, and the lady was like stopping her, like, what's your name? And she was like, Peyton Sawyer. And she's like, yeah, right. Like, here you go. Like the script. And she's like, no, seriously, like, I'm Peyton Sawyer. And she's like, actresses.
Mm-hmm.
And she just kept telling her, like, go over there, go sit down. And it's like, but like, what do you do in that situation, Cynthia?
Show your ID if you have it on you. She probably doesn't.
Like, but they might think it's fake. Like, you're really trying to go in character.
That didn't be too much. I don't know who would do that, but yeah.
I'd be calling Lucas, get your down here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I am not waiting all day.
Yeah, but she does anyways. And when she sits down,
that's the thing, is that she was obviously playing along, but like, I probably would not have played along, especially sitting there and hearing why do people always leave? And she's like, Peyton's like, oh God. And like, that's my thing, is like, especially because like Peyton's words were always so depressing and sad. It's like, it wasn't like uplifting. So when people are sitting there trying to say her words, it's like, like, I couldn't sit there either. I'm like, time to go.
Yeah.
I'll meet you outside when it's actually lunchtime.
Yeah, because like looking at herself in a mirror in a way and seeing how she really was back at then when she was a teenager.
Well, I feel like all of them. I feel like when it was Peyton's turn, she was like, oh my God. But then like, even like Nathan and Haley kind of were like looking like, because again, it was like the same thing for them. And like, I have a question for you. Because we've grown to love these characters, right? Why is it when they said it the very first time and we watched it, it was all cute and adorable? When they would repeat themselves 2, 3, 10 more times, it was all still so adorable. Why is it when these actors and actresses come in, they're no longer funny? Like, now it's just cringy of like, the people always leave. Because it's like, when Peyton said it, I was okay. The always and forever. Like, why is it okay when Nathan and Haley said it?
Because it was when they were teenagers, they were still learning and growing, and it was actually in their moment of life. They weren't acting anything out. So these actors are just, different people who are not, the real people, and are just like exaggerating it because they're just reading off the line. They weren't there when this happened, so they don't really know.
But even when Lucas proposed to Peyton and they did that whole thing, it was adorable. Like, I wasn't cringing the fact that, about the you don't know me and all that. Like, I was not cringing because it was adorable. And that's what I mean. Like, no matter how many times you hear always and forever, it's like, it's not cringy. Like, I love it. It's adorable. So it's just kind of weird. They're like, just hearing these words, it's like, what? But again, they're words that, the character said that we love.
Right. And then Lucas claps after Payne says the line, and Adam says she's too old, but she would make a
great dad. She's only like 23.
Right.
Okay. She's supposed to have a 16, 17-year-old. Okay. I would be. I'm not gonna lie, I would be offended.
Yeah, and Lucas tries telling him that she is the real Peyton. And she just mentions that the baby poopers are coming to the house, and she's got to do the register for the wedding and the baby shower. And then his mom sent them a crib, but the instructions are in Italian. And then Adam says something random that confuses Lucas and Payne from Weird Science that I didn't get the reference to. But Lucas tells Payne that he wishes to get help, but he's slammed. So she says, okay. He just came by to wish him good luck and bring him to lunch. And, he asks why is she so good to him, and she says she doesn't know. Maybe because she's a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside a bitch. That's one of her well-known lines as well. And Adam says, what woman isn't?
Then they both like look at him. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just like, shut up.
Yeah. And then Sam steps into Haley's classroom because she wanted to see her, because she wanted to tell her about her paper.
But I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny because she was like you have some explaining to do. And she's like, I'm not going to start admitting stuff. That part was funny. I was laughing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's apparently because she wants to publish her paper. And she did a really good job. So what was this paper about again?
Just her life, going from foster home to foster home, probably.
Gotcha.
At least with the little bits and pieces that we got. And then we segue to Jamie and Dylan. She said yes, as the girl he asked for a play date said yes.
Mm-hmm. And Dan's happy too, except for then he, has to take a step and breath and everything, and because it's his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie gets all sad. That's your heart. He's like, yeah, I'll be fine. Okay. Okay, Dan.
And Dan asked, questions to Jamie about the girl, like, what food does she like, and when is she coming over?
And the only thing he has the answer to is she said yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan's like, well, that is the most important thing.
Yeah. And he asks if that's how he got Deb, and he says, yeah, that was him.
And then he's like, oh, like you got it. It's like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And then Mia walks into Trick, confused why there's so many clones of Peyton around.
Yeah, and she said that. So yeah, she said that Lucas is casting the movie in the studio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she doesn't have to work on the music today, so she wants to.
Snow day. It was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, no, like not so fast. We got work to do. And then they go over to Lucas and Peyton, and it's because she wants her to help her with the crib.
Yeah.
And she's like, you speak Italian, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, here's the thing. Like, just because somebody speaks a different language, or just because somebody is something else, like if she's Italian, does not mean she speaks Italian.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like half Polish, but I don't speak Polish. Like that. Like that's definitely a language that I will never get. So it's like, just because they are something does not mean they speak that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, really, Peyton? Like, how don't you know that?
Yeah, I've been assumed to speak Spanish as well for being Mexican a couple of times.
But why does everybody always think that?
I mean, I should speak Spanish, but yeah, I don't know, just they think that we're closer to being the generation of immigrants, even though my family's been in this country for over 100 years, so that's why my culture has been kind of watered down through generations, but yeah. And then next, Brooke walks into Trick, where all the Nathan actors remove their shirts, and
she's all excited.
Mm-hmm. And she tries to calm herself down when Julian tells her that he saw that. And she asks if he greeted the other Brooks that way by kissing them on the cheek, and he says no, he saves that for her. And the guy who's playing Whitey, because he's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then
so I thought it was funny when he said, you want to meet Brooke? And she's like, shut up, she's here.
Yeah.
And which is so weird. And then so he introduces them, and then so Missy is definitely like, oh my god, very hyper.
Mm-hmm.
And loud.
Yeah.
And not calm.
Right, yeah. Brooke was excited with her for a minute until, she kept going
on and on, and Brooke's like,
yeah.
Well, because she's like, I'm gonna like be with you like all day, every day, till I get to like be just like you with all your mannerisms and stuff. And Brooke's like, huh? Here's the thing. Like, I know Brooke was like hyper, and sometimes she still is, yes, but like she was not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, never that bad.
And then here, yeah, later on she gets annoying.
You know, it's like there's times for happy, cheerful, funny moments like that, but then you got to tone it down. Because if you're just like Missy 24/7, no one's going to want to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people you run from.
Right.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They'd probably give me a headache.
And then Nathan is called in to talk to Bobby. He wants to ask him something in confidence about Devon. And Nathan says, in confidence, he thinks he puts up big numbers, but he won't win any games.
So, would you say something?
Like Nathan is here.
Yeah, like disclosing stuff, because like then you know what happens.
Right, yeah. Yeah, if I was Nathan, I probably would think the same thing, that he was just gonna, have Devon sit on the bench more often than playing. But yeah.
Yeah, not actually get kicked off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think it's hard too, because like the coach knows that Nathan feels a certain way towards him, obviously. And so like if Nathan had sat there and been like, oh no, he's great, the coach may have been like, Nathan, for
Mm-hmm.
real. Like you can't really hide it when Nathan has kind of brought up him before and his attitude. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, like if Nathan did it, then the coach has been like, okay, great, everything's good. He's a good player. But because of the past, it's kind of like Nathan now has to say the truth.
Yeah.
In a way.
Mm-hmm. And then the Payne actresses audition, and the last one tries getting in with Adam, saying she liked one of his movies.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The first one, I
Mm-hmm.
liked. The second one, didn't really like her. I thought she was too cheerful for Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
But the third one, I thought was too. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean. I thought the third one was too old.
Mm.
Like I know that most actors do not play their own age. I know that. But this one, she didn't look like she'd be like Missy's friend. You know what I mean? Like now you
Mm-hmm.
have to also go against the friendships, like Brooke and Peyton being so close. Could you see that one in Missy? I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Like
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have someone like, like maybe like the first one. So, but yeah, I was like the third one just seemed too like I'm not even trying to be mean, but she just was
Mm-hmm.
compared to the other two Peytons. But I like the first one the best. What about you?
Yeah, I didn't really like the last one like Adam did.
Well, he only liked her for one reason.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't her acting.
Yeah. And he was even saying that he didn't like her nose, but they can maybe fix in a trailer, or he said it needs its own trailer.
Yeah, and Lucas is like, there's nothing wrong with her nose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Lucas tries to tell him that he's not casting based on who he wants to sleep with. And Adam tells Julian that Lucas has no idea what he's doing. And they just fight about that. And he tells Lucas he has a decision to make. The audience likes boobs. He didn't make that up. Sex sells. So he says to go with the girl with the nice rack. If he wants to disagree with him, he can, but make a decision.
I will say it does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whichever way you look at it, it does. Because again, girls love guys shirtless. And it's like that's the thing, is like, yeah, you want to kind of make it one-sided of like, oh, that's so rude to like say that about women, but girls have an attraction too.
Yeah,
Two
someday.
two shirtless guys. So yeah. Well, let me think about it. There's been many times that Nathan and Lucas were shirtless.
Mm-hmm.
And why do you think that is? Because girls love it. Like that just is what it is. So I do agree with him, even though trust me, I do not want to agree with him, because we know he's like one of those directors that'll just sleep with any hot girl. But I do agree with him on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was just surprised that Julian didn't put more of an input.
No, he was kind of smiling though. Did you see him? He was kind of egging this on a little bit. I was like, Julian, hold it down. Like, you're not supposed to, like, you're with Brooke now. You're not supposed to be like this guy. You're supposed to be more like Lucas.
Right. So Lucas tells Julian that he didn't get to choose a director he likes, so he's not making the same mistake with Peyton. So Julian even tells Lucas that Adam's right. He needs to make a decision they can both live with. And then Mia says that this job sucks, putting together the crib.
Oh my God, the crib scene was just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly it's not built right.
Right. I don't know how they got to that point.
Well, and I thought it was funny because, because like they're trying to figure this out. And it was funny because Mia's like, have Lucas do it and stuff. And Peyton's like, you know, he's busy. We're, you know, two strong, capable women. We can do this. And then she's like, hey, what's Chase doing? It's like, you just said you're two capable women. Mm-hmm. Now you're saying, what's Chase doing? And then Mia's like, no, like, he's busy with me. And so she leaves. Mm-hmm. It was funny. But like, I will say, like, what was that thing standing up?
I don't know, just an extra piece that they didn't put in the right position, so they could stick it up like that.
Peyton was hilarious with it because she's like, and what is? And she's like, I don't know, to like keep the baby. Mm-hmm. It was just hilarious. Oh my God. They were just too funny. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they seem to have like a big sister, little sister kind of dynamic, so it's fun to see.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it was, like watching this scene of like little sister helping big sister out who's, you know, pregnant. Also, I have a thing. Do you remember when Brooke had baby Angie?
Yeah.
They had a crib. Mm-hmm. So did Peyton help with that crib?
Probably not, if she doesn't know how to do this one.
Because, like, my thing is, you've seen a crib before. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, Peyton.
Didn't Jenny have one too?
I thought Jenny had one. Also, Lucas, he probably put his mom or put Lily's together for his mom.
Right.
Because remember, she wasn't with Andy when Lily was a baby. Mm-hmm. So she was on her own. So, like, come on now. You mean to tell me Peyton has not been on a crib before?
Right. Maybe Brooke had hired somebody to put Angie's crib together, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was just kind of weird because I was like, huh? Because again, my first thought was like, the last baby that was around was maybe Angie. Mm-hmm. So, kind of weird.
Yeah. And then back at Trick, Missy is bothering Brooke by asking her so many questions. Like, how many cigarettes does she smoke a day to get her voice to sound like that?
Oh my God. Like, that's what I mean. I'd be like, I'm going to go in the bathroom, lock the door, and hide from you.
Mm-hmm. And then she's just giving her whatever answer comes to mind because she asks how many guys did she sleep with in high school. And Brooke says she doesn't know. She was never very good at math. So Missy makes note, says,
she goes, dumb at math. It's like, what?
Yeah.
But I will say, Brooke wasn't good at math.
Right.
Because remember, she was failing the calculus class.
Yep. And then both Missy and Brooke ask Julian at the same time what to think of their outfits.
And he said, and Missy's like, Brooke would never wear this. Like, it needs to be like little more revealing and stuff. And
more Brookish.
Yeah. And he's like, did you actually wear that? And she's like, yes, I did. And he agreed it needs to be more sexy. Mm-hmm. Okay, when did she wear this?
I can't even imagine the outfit, but it did look familiar. I think it was around the time when she was friends with Rachel, I feel like, maybe.
When she was with Rachel, you think?
Yeah, I think that's why Missy said when she was in her clean teen days.
Oh no, she said, well, because when Brooke said she wore it, she goes, yeah, probably in your clean teen days. As in, like, that's when you'd look like this.
Right. I think she did.
I don't, but that was like the last season I feel like that was the last season that we saw, and I don't remember that outfit.
I don't know. Like it was 3 or something around there.
Oh, interesting.
When she was with Felix, something.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If maybe it was season 2, because remember, she was trying to clean up her act in season 2. So I'm thinking maybe it was season 2 because I don't remember it. But I just thought it was funny. And then of course she's getting, she gets mad at Julian, which she should, because she is the costume designer. And she said she wore that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Missy takes it too far because she tells Brooke that she has a type because Julian looks a lot like Lucas.
What?
So yeah, Brooke grabs her ear.
What? But Cynthia. Do they?
Not really, not to me.
Me either. They're like, they do not look alike at all. That's why when she said it, I was like, what? They don't look alike. Their mannerisms are not the same. I'm sorry, but no. So when she said that, I was like, what? Like, I don't even think Brooke needed to pull her or anything. I just think she just had to give her a look of like, what? I'm confused, because that's what I was thinking.
Right. And then Sam's reading her paper out loud to the class when a phone rings. And Haley thinks it's one of the students, but it was actually hers.
Yeah, and all of the kids are digging through their bag. First of all, again, why they all got a bag in the classroom? But I just thought it was funny when Sam was like, "It's yours," and so she answers it in front of the class.
Right, I guess because it was Nathan, and she figured he wouldn't be calling if it wasn't for something big. So,
but why wouldn't you like step out or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was weird. She's sitting there talking to him while the kids are all sitting.
Yeah, and he could have waited until like that class period was over or something.
Yeah, he could have texted her and been like, "Call me when you're in between classes." Yeah. But no, he had to say it now, so he's going to start. So she's all happy and announces to the class. And Sam just looks at her like, really, you just ruined my moment. Which she did, I will say.
Yeah.
Like, I get that you're all happy, but I agree with Sam.
And then Lauren shows up at Dan's, our first introduction to her.
Oh my God. And Dan was hilarious because he's like, "You must be Lauren's mom." And she goes, "You must not talk to many women. I'm his teacher." It was hilarious. And then she said, "He invited me to his grandpa's house." And then, of course, it's Dan. But it was funny because she's like, she couldn't turn away a cute boy and his little old man. Then she goes, "You're not a little old man." It was funny.
Yeah. And Jamie's there all dressed up with a suit and tie and everything with a bouquet of flowers for her.
Yes, like what? I'm sorry, but none of the Scotts ever did that.
Right.
He's the first one to do that, dress up in a suit like that. And I'm just saying he's the first one. I remember Lucas, Nathan, Keith, Dan. None of them did that.
I think the flowers too. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, he's the first Scott to do that. I like how they made him that way too. Like, he's the first one that can change something, Yeah.
And he compliments her on her outfit, even though she was wearing it at school earlier.
That was funny. She's like, "This is what I was just wearing earlier." He don't care.
Yeah. And then Haley's waiting outside of the principal's office where a student asks her what she did. And she says nothing. And the principal just wanted, to meet her. And the guy says she's probably in trouble.
Yeah, because the principals knew everyone's in trouble. Yeah. Then she gets called in there. Now, this principal looked familiar, like she was on something else. I just don't know what.
Oh, I thought it was funny that Haley got nervous when she saw a student walk out crying.
I would too. I'm not gonna lie. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Especially after that kid said, like, everyone is in trouble when you get called here.
Right. She doesn't look familiar to me, but Joy said she was from a different show. I just listened to the podcast, and it was Seinfeld or something, some show. And I don't know the character either. So yeah, she has been on TV before, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
But so basically, she was caught in about Sam's paper being published and the content that it had, because it was about drugs and sex, even though that's just Sam's actual life, how she grew up. And the
Yeah, the
principal,
principal says she has to think of the students and parents.
yeah,
Okay.
even though this is what some students actually go through, even if they're not foster kids, just their actual parents that can still go through stuff like this.
Yep.
And it would be nice so other kids can be informed, like how bad things can be for their kids, and maybe they should kind of be grateful of the life that they have and stuff like that. Just learn,
or even parents of like just what to watch out for your kids if you read the paper.
Yeah,
that's also another thing that parents could learn.
So just always good to learn about other people's perspectives in their lives. And then yeah, so basically if Haley publishes it, she'll either be suspended or fired.
But probably fired.
Yeah. And then so yeah, she wants her to pick another one. And then Jamie asks Lauren just little questions like they should think about how where the sidewalk ends. And Dan says Jamie's been advanced for his age. He's bringing the time to his wife right now, which is surprising. Because
did you? It was turned into a movie, right?
Yeah. I saw the movie and then I read the book. Because our English teacher actually had it in her little library, so that's when I read it. So yeah, it is an advanced book because you do go back and forth time travel wise, so it can get confusing. So I would love to see Jamie actually comprehend through that stuff if he got that straight out in his head timeline wise.
Yeah. I thought it was funny though when they were talking about like what to drink, or because he's like, "Oh, you want to refill your Kool-Aid?" And then it was funny because Dan was like, "We have wine if you prefer," and then Jamie looks at him and says, "Kool-Aid will be fine." It was hilarious.
Yeah, and tells Dan to back off. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. This.
Yeah, because he can tell that that Dan is bonding with Lauren.
Flirting with her. Yes. It was hilarious. Because Jamie's just off. Oh my God. I just love Jamie so much.
Right.
I will say that Jamie and Dan's relationship is fun to watch. As much as I know, like Lucas does not want those two around each other, they make great TV. So sorry, Lucas, but they make good TV.
And then Skills shows up at the house being the baby proofer.
Well, so he has like 10 jobs.
What do you mean 10 jobs? You know about 2
well, I don't
jobs.
know. It just seems like whenever they need somebody to do a job, like he's like the handyman all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It was funny because like even Peyton's like, what?
It
was funny. And it was he was kind of acting like as if they're gonna get a test. Like you can only have the baby if you pass this, and it's like,
right.
Huh? What? They get the baby no matter what.
Right. And I never heard of this job even existing, so
baby proofing me either. This has got to be a made up job.
Yeah, like you can maybe get some kind of pamphlet or something like what to do or something.
So what if they don't have it baby proofed, he then what? Calls CPS?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm like, what? Like that's how it kind of sounded like. And I'm like, I don't understand this at all.
Yeah, so he goes around playing at stuff that could be dangerous, calling it
she's only a couple months.
Yeah. I forgot what he called it. I can't see my notes, but like BPI or something like that.
Yeah, because it's done with the outlets and everything like that. And everything the baby can get injuries on.
Yeah, PPI, yeah. And he even mentions the toilet about locking that because apparently, what did he say? Junk? Yeah, junk
Yeah.
to it. And even
Well, it's
almost
funny because like Peyton was just like laughing the whole time. And he's just like, that's not funny.
apparently he was dead for 40 seconds. Yeah. And then she says she has a lot of work to do then. And he says, well, she has, she has lupus, right? And she said no, because he's busy casting his movie, but she has it. And then that's when they get to the bedroom, the nursery, where Skill sees the crib that she put
Yeah.
together.
She's like, that's not done, by the way. And he goes, I hope not.
Yeah. And then apparently he can also help her with putting it together because it's another job of his.
That's what I mean. He's got like 10 jobs, like just randomly.
But it was funny how he just lightly tapped the side of the crib and it all fell apart. So I don't even know how it was staying together in the first place. But then Haley runs into Sam at the diner asking if she's heard from Jack yet. And Sam says no, but then brings up the paper. And Haley wonders how she heard that. But she says she already lost Jack. She didn't lose her too. Which made me sad for Sam because she probably is panicking that she's kind of losing the people that's been good in her life. But she hasn't had that before till now.
Yeah, like she's finally getting a good part of life and it's being all taken from her again.
Yeah, people who actually care about her and want the best for her. Yeah. So she tells Haley to even pick another essay too.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to lose her.
And then Nathan walks into the locker room and tells Devon it looks like 12 sitting 23. But then he sees Devon had been crying and he asks him what's going on. So Devon says, like, you don't already know.
Yeah, he said, but when he said coach cut his best player for his best friend.
Right.
I was like, oh my God. And then his like wife walks in and little son and her daughter. And then he told Nathan, you're not the only one with the family. It's like, exactly. Like, I think that's always like in Nathan's head is like, I'm the one that's a parent. I'm the one that has a wife. And it's like,
yeah, the teenage parent. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like others can have kids and a wife too. Like, sorry. You're not the only one. Also, if they're on this league, it means they're older than college, which means they could have a little kid or a little baby. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And then Payne is making her wedding and baby shower registry with Brooke. And she asks why they're doing it at the same time. And she says because they're going to happen at the same time. So wouldn't the wedding probably be first before the baby shower unless they just have a lot of planning to do? Because the baby shower doesn't usually happen until like the last month or so until the pregnancy ends.
Yeah, but that's the same thing with the wedding though.
I just didn't think it was that far ahead, so I thought it would be sooner.
What, the wedding shower?
No, the wedding. I thought the wedding would be before the baby shower.
Well, they're just, I guess the showers are going to be like close to each other. But because the wedding showers are always a couple weeks before the wedding. And then same thing with the baby shower. It's always like a month ahead. So they must be getting married at due date.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why they waited that long.
I know, because like if you found out that you're pregnant, wouldn't you move your date up or back so that you're not pregnant?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think a lot of people would do that. They'd either move it up or back.
Yeah, so Brooke mentioned that she may have registered the baby for a boning night.
That was funny. Well, shouldn't one person have done scanned for the wedding and one have scanned for the baby? Because they were walking together. It's not like Brooke went off on her own and Peyton went off on her own. They were right next to each other. So all Peyton had to do was say, I want that for my wedding. I want that for my wedding. Instead of both of them scanning. It was kind of weird. I was like, why would they both be scanning for both?
Right.
That was a little odd to me because, and it's also what Brooke wants, or it's also what Peyton wants. So like if she can't just go on her own and start scanning stuff. So that also just made no sense.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just setting on that done to, change it from different registries or what, but it seems like it's just all one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then Payne, or Brooke asks Payne, why isn't Lucas doing this with him or with her? Like, wouldn't she rather have that? And she just basically keeps telling people, he's busy, that's why I'm doing this alone, basically, which kind of makes him sound bad after a while.
Yeah, but also, like, Lucas,
mm-hmm.
he would want to be there.
Right.
For all that, like, those are times you'll never get back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're never going to have your first wedding like that. I mean, I guess unless he did it all with Lindsay. But it's like, you're never going to have, like, even if you got married a second time, like you, in 10 years, you wanted to do a renewal.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not the same as your first.
Right. Something with the baby, too, because as far as we know, this is the only baby that they have, so.
Right. So, again, Lucas would want to be there because he has always wanted to get married and have kids. Well, here's his chance, and Peyton's giving it to Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
And I get, you don't want Brooke to feel left out. She's your best friend, but some things are meant for a couple.
Yeah, well, it's better than her being alone doing that.
I know, but she could wait. Like, why does she have to get it right now when he's casting a movie?
I don't know.
Casting doesn't take 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she could wait a couple weeks for him to finish casting, and then she could go pick a day that he is off or comes home early or something, or goes in late or something, and go and register. Like, I'm sorry, but you're taking that away from him when he didn't say, "Oh, I don't want to do that."
Mm-hmm.
Like, now if that's what he would have said was, "I don't want to do that," like, you go find someone else to do it, then okay. But he never said that. So don't take that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because, again, like you said, that's really the only baby that they're going to have that we know of. So why would you take that away from them?
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they just couldn't think of anything else for her to do in this episode.
Clearly not. Because, again, Lucas should have helped build the crib. Because, I think Lucas would have wanted to build the crib.
Mm-hmm.
For his baby, his own baby,
Mm-hmm.
I think he would have
Right.
wanted to. I mean, it's Lucas. Now, like, Nathan probably would have been like, "It's okay if someone else does it." But like Lucas, I can't imagine being like, "Yeah, I'm happy you got it ready, and I didn't do it."
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just telling people I was busy. Like,
Right.
I was too busy for my future, my soon to be baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it sounds like. Like, he's not gonna be father material because he's never around.
Yeah, I guess that makes it sound like it's bad, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not the truth at all. Like, he'd want to be there for every step. So it drives me nuts.
Yeah, and this is when Payne tells Brooke that there is no one else she'd rather do this with than her best friend and her maid of honor.
And then Brooke's all, "What?" And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm so confused, Brooke. And she's like, "Well, who else would it be?" And she's like, "It's just good to hear." It's like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, Brooke. I mean, who else would it be?
Right. I mean, today I know some women like make a whole like little gift box to ask their friend to be their maid of honor. That way it's like all extravagant, I can't say it. It's all just full out, invitation like that now these days. So
Yeah, I mean, I did get a box.
Mm.
And I mean, I got it when I was asked to be a bridesmaid. And then on wedding day, we also got like jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that, yes, they do that. But I mean, yeah, she should have come up with a clever way to ask Brooke instead of just that way. But like, also, Brooke should know better
Right.
that she would be. I mean, it would have been, I guess you could have just made it as a joke of her asking someone else, and then Brooke would be like, "What?" And then it'd be like, "No, like, of course it's you."
Mm-hmm.
Like, something else instead of just you, because it was like, really? I mean, I think everyone in One Tree Hill universe knew that one.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even have to ask her.
Right. And then Missy pops up saying Brooke's line from episode 2, I think about, what I think. I think Nathan likes Tutor Girl, but Tutor Girl likes Lucas, and I know you like Lucas, or I like Lucas.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell you like.
And the big love triangle +1, whatever it is line, yeah.
So how did Lucas know this?
Yeah, I thought of that too. I guess Peyton must have told him, when he
Because
was writing the gaps.
yeah, because I'm just like, I don't think you were in the scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Missy asks Brooke if that sounded good, and Brooke fakes it, saying it was awesome and gives her a thumbs up, because now she's just full on annoyed. So I'm surprised that Peyton even let Missy join them in this special occasion here.
I don't think she was ever leaving. I think Missy's just staying.
Mm-hmm. And then Payne tells Brooke that Missy does sound like her. And Brooke says she was never that annoying. And Payne says now she knows how she feels because she was in Trick earlier, had the same, kind of thing, seeing other Payne Sawyers bitching and moaning.
And she's like, oh, so there were 11 of you bitching.
Mm-hmm.
And then Payne's like, I like the other one better.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Mm-hmm. And then Dan is talking to Lauren and tells her he was driving Jamie home from school and yells to stop the car because Orville got out of the bag, and that's his imaginary friend, or Chester's imaginary friend. So then Jamie, hears this and he thinks that Dan's making fun of him, trying to embarrass him in front of Lauren to make him make her like him better.
Poor Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Because he got all upset.
Yeah, and to stop that, he decides to blurt out that Dan was in prison to Lauren.
I mean, like I said, it'll always be used.
Yeah, so I'm kind of surprised Lauren stayed after that. She didn't even question Dan, what was he in for or anything like that.
Well, yeah, especially because we get she's in her 20s, so obviously she's probably new to Tree Hill. So she doesn't know the backstory of the Scott family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would have, if I didn't know, and then my little student who I trust said that, I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
nice to meet you. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I forgot. I have a doctor's appointment.
Because if she would have known, she would have never even showed up to begin with. Yeah. And then at Trek, Fergie walks up to Lucas and says, "You that they were casting today."
Yeah,
he wants to know who's playing him.
Mm-hmm. Look, and then Lucas says, "Tom, yeah, I had to take some characters out of the book." But here's the thing. And he goes, "Well," and he says, "Well, who did Lucas hang out with on the river court?" And he goes, "Skills and Mouth."
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: Fergie and Junk were actually in the book.
Yeah, so when it went to movie, they had to change it. Yeah,
I didn't realize that they were in the book because on the show, a lot of times they like to kind of cut them out, those two out of it.
Mm-hmm.
They in a group setting, they have everybody usually but the two of them, unless they want them for something stupid. And so I was like, Lucas, you actually remembered to put your two friends who are not in the group in your book.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. And then before Lucas can say more to him to, explain things, he's mocked by other people wanting him to decide things. And even the actor for Dan as well, because he doesn't understand his hatred for Keith.
Lucas don't know either.
Mm-hmm.
So Lucas can't really help.
Right, yeah, and Jillian pops up about, paying actress number 3 or whatever. That Lucas says he liked the first one.
And then that's when Reese jumps in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Lucas just gets overwhelmed and starts kind of yelling. And they're doing a table read tomorrow, so everything has to be done basically today. And he just yells and needs to think about it. And Jillian says they don't have time, so Lucas yells to make time. And Adam just thinks that this is hilarious, so he says, "And scene."
I know, that was hilarious. And scene. I was like, oh my, this is what I mean. Every time he says something, I can't help but laugh.
Mm-hmm. And then Payne and Brooke are at the store. And that's when she brings up that she slept with Julian.
And then
And
it was so funny because she goes, "Come again?" She goes, "That's what she said." It was funny.
yeah. So Payne asks her why is she just hearing this now, and Brooke says because she was scared to tell her, of course, and she still thinks it's Wiley in the girl code somehow. And Payne has to tell her again, it's fine, they talked about it. It was shattered years ago. And she's not going to revoke the maid of honor card. And then Payne tells Brooke that this was three guys that they shared, right? And Brooke,
And she's like, yeah, she's like, what? And
Yeah.
she goes, Lucas, Julianne. She's like, huh? And she goes, sex tape. And she goes, ew.
yeah,
And and the fact that she's saying ew, like, given that it's Nathan, it's not like, because like they know the good version now. So just to be like, ew is kind of mean, I feel like, because
I think,
you know him as this really good guy.
well, I don't think it was you because of Nathan. I think it's just because of the situation. Like it was wrong for them to sleep together. Not that it was actually Nathan she was with.
No, that's not how I took it.
And then Payne asks how did it go from being a non-date to sex? It was a grin, right? And she says it didn't hurt. But then he threw in a touch of sweet and so much sincerity in the Letterman jacket she made him. And then Haley goes to see Lucas at Trek, who's playing the basketball game. And she asks how it's the movie biz, and he said he had his first diva moment. So she says she wishes she could have seen that. And
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, he can't decide things, even a basketball, much less a opinion without feeling like he's making the wrong decision. Because gut says one thing, everybody says something else.
So she says, "Who cares what everybody else says?" But because he's on time crunch, Haley. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Like people, his friends just don't understand that at all. Everybody's telling him just do what you want. Well, no, it's fine if you could do it in a timely manner, but he can't. So
yeah, but she still gives him the advice that he knows the characters and treat her better than anybody, so he has to have some faith in himself. And then she says she's great with other people's problems, but not her own. That's when Lucas listens, and she explains about the paper, how she publishes it. She'll probably get fired, even though the principal doesn't want her to. But Sam's paper is really real. So he gives her some advice to go with her gut and have faith in herself.
and then it was so funny because he's like, "What's the worst that can happen?" And she's like, "I could get fired or at least suspended." And he goes, "I have been suspended. Not that bad."
Right.
Really, Lucas? I know for some odd reason they let you come back after being suspended for a day.
Yeah,
they let you come back. Haley, on the other hand, will not be able to come back.
Right. And then wasn't he actually having a hard time being suspended too? At first?
I think he was just upset about Lindsay and not really being suspended though. Because remember, she had moved on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was getting drunk. It wasn't anything to do with the fact that he was suspended.
And then Dan finds Jamie outside, but tells him to go away because he's mean. And that's why his dad and Uncle Lucas don't like him.
That's funny. And he goes, "That's true."
Right. But ever since he got sick, he's been trying to be a better person. And
then he said, "You're my best friend."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You're my only friend."
Mm-hmm. And then Jamie asks so Miss Lauren doesn't think he's a joke then. Dan says, of course not. He's the favorite student. And she told him it's one of the best dates she's been on. Then she go back there and finish the date. And he says sorry about hurting his feelings. And Jamie tells Dan that he forgives him. And Dan tells him to go back inside without him, he'll be fine. And then Brooke gets into her car with him naked Missy in the back seat. The move that keeps haunting her through, others these days. And she scares her, and Missy says she wanted to make sure she got her signature move right. And Brooke's like, why does this keep happening to me, basically? And she tells Missy this isn't her signature move, and she did a lot more than just have sex in high school. She was student body president, captain of the cheerleading squad, started a clothing line. It's amazing she even had time for sex. And Missy said she didn't want to offend her. She just wanted to break down, and that's when she reads it. Brooke dated this gorgeous brunette with an amazing energy and smile. Her favorite thing, sex, sex, sex. Of course, this makes her mad. And then Nathan goes to see Bobby to talk about Devon. He didn't mean for him to get cut. And Bobby tells him it was his call. And he cut Devon because he wouldn't play for him. And the crap he pulled the other night was the last straw. And Nathan thinks maybe he can try to talk to him because he has a family. And Bobby says this is business. And they're not the only ones whose endgame is the NBA. He's not going to get there by coaching a losing team.
Which is true. They're not going to look at any of you if you lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he tells Nathan he's a starter now, so he needs to focus on that. Who's more important, him or Devon? And Nathan says his family's more important. And Bobby says they're done then. And then at Trick, the Lucas actors copy Lucas's mannerisms. He catches them and tells them to stop, which is funny.
Yeah, that part was funny, and I'll always remember Lucas, stop!
Mm-hmm. And then Brooke walks into Trick, passing some girls there to audition for her character and tells them that the roles are already cast. And then walks up to a guy that looks like Lucas from the back. And then after a second looking around, she finds him and confronts him about what he wrote about her.
Yeah, so she yells at him like, tell me you didn't write this. And he looks, I didn't write this.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes in there to yell at Julian.
Yep.
And then they're talking about what parts of the girl's bodies that they'd take.
Yeah, which is gross.
Yeah, and then Julian's like, I take the real Brooke Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gives him his jacket back and everything and said, if you want a Brooke Davis, like you want high school Brooke, like she's got news for her. She's not that girl anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was happy she gave the whole speech to him.
Mm-hmm. And then Adam tells Julian he knows where he can find 5 more and he'll do it just like her. And of course.
Yeah, he only wants Brooke.
Mm-hmm. And then Payne is trying but failing to make an outlet baby-proof when Haley walks in. And she tells her not to forget the laundry room because apparently Jamie was to take naps in there.
He took naps in the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
So bad.
Yeah. And then Payne says, what else does the baby get into? And she's, Haley says, your heart. And then holds up a onesie that says Team Peyton. And Haley mentioned that she was registered for a bowie knife, but she figured the onesie was more practical. That was quick for them getting the registry. And then Haley asks how she's doing, and Payne says she was shopping 1 minute, and the next she feels like she's going to cry. And Haley tells her to remember that things are never as bad as they seem to be. And Payne knows, but she keeps telling everybody she's okay, but doing the baby stuff just makes her wish Lucas was there.
Yeah, and then she said that she told her she had a doctor's appointment that she really wanted him to go to, but he's busy. And then that's when Haley tells her, like, if you want him to go, tell him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he needs to be told.
Mm-hmm. And Payne doesn't want to bother him. And Haley says too, because the boy needs it. And then she thanks Haley for being so good with Lucas, and she makes everything better for them. That was a nice sister-in-law moment. And then Brooke gets home and she tells sorry to Sam for being late. She'll start dinner, but Sam just wants pizza so they can celebrate her getting her essay published. And Brooke finds this amazing and puts it on the fridge and everything. And tells her she's proud of her. And then Sam says she doesn't know why she's so mad at Julian, but at least she's still around because to do anything to get Jack back. And Brooke says, what do you do to celebrate? And she says she wants to get pizza, so they do. And then Lauren thanks Jamie for inviting her. She kisses him on the cheek and then walks off. Being asked Jamie how did the evening go, and he says so and so. She just wanted to talk about adult stuff, the new car, and room 5. So next time he thinks he should date someone his own age. And Dan says 4 younger.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. So Jamie tells Dan he's sorry he called him mean. Next time they should have a guy's night. And Dan acts like they're still friends, and Jamie says the best friends. And then Payne calls Lucas crying, and she kind of vents about how, she wishes he was there for her. Everything's just kind of, not gone the way she wanted it to, like putting everything together for their baby. And then she mentions the doctor appointment, but then the timer goes off with a message. So the automated voice says if she wants to erase her message and start over again, she can, and she does that. So she says in a cheery tone that she puts together a crib. It's awesome, and she just wanted to call to say hi, and she misses someone to come home soon. And then she goes back to fixing the crib. And then meanwhile, a trick, Adam asks Lucas if he wants to know what he thinks, and Lucas says he already knows. He wants to go with the big breasts, and Adam says when he was casting for Trials of Hound, he had a tough time trying to decide who should play this character. So the director friend of his told him to close his eyes during the auditions. And then that was the best way to be able to hear the actresses and not just the hot girl. And Lucas asks, is that what he does? And he says no. He picks the actress with the best rack, and he just looks like he needs some advice.
Of course he did.
Mm-hmm. So that's when the actress for Peyton walks in.
Ugh.
And Adam tells Lucas to leave them alone, but the woman says she wants to talk to both of them. She really wants to play Peyton, and she seems like she understands the character, and to the boss.
But how does she understand it? When she was doing her audition, that was not a Peyton audition.
Right.
So you don't understand the character.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't dress appropriately.
Oh, just what she was saying, because he was just closing his eyes listening to her until she said that she would sleep with him.
Yeah, which Peyton would not do.
Mm-hmm. And Adam says that she just made his decision easy, and Lucas is his too.
Yep, so he goes with the first one.
Mm-hmm. And then later on, Adam says playing the role too goes to Heidi, and Lucas tells Adam the other girl just wasn't Peyton, he had to go with his gut. And
at least they picked one.
Yeah, and then that's when Adam says no worries because she was Peyton last night and he was Lucas, which is gross. And then Adam welcomes everyone to the table read. He introduces himself as the director and Lucas as the writer and producer, and they start. And then we see in the locker room another player calls him the Jolly Green Shoe Giant, but that's right, he's only 6'2", so he guesses that makes him Sprout. And Nathan asks what he's doing there, and says he's playing point guard, or he will as soon as he gets out of his spot. So now it's like he has another Devon playing against him. And then at Tree Hill High, everyone is reading Sam's essay on a school paper, so Haley went ahead and published it. One guy tells Sam the article is great, and Sam smiles to herself, proud, during her peers like her writing, but then she sees Haley walk into the principal's office. And then Julian finds Brooke at the diner and opens his yearbook to the page he's on, and asks if that looks like Mr. Popular to her. She's not the person she was in high school because he's not either. And he's glad because that kid never would have stood a chance with her. And so he doesn't want high school Brooke. He's sorry about the breakdown. It was meant to describe who the character was before anyone got to know the real person.
I like when he gave her that version.
Yeah.
Much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was able to write that because he actually did get to know her for real. So that was good for him and for the movie itself. And then Julian says that girl has been nearly impossible to find, but worth every second of the wait. And Brooke asks if he's going to make sure Missy knows this, and he says he's going to make sure everybody knows, which was sweet. And then at the doctor appointment, the technician asks Peyton if the father will be joining them.
And she was about to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she did. I think she kind of did. But then he walks in and says yes.
Mm-hmm.
He is. It was so cute.
Yeah.
And then he said that, well, she said, I'm so happy you're here. And he said, you kidding me? I wouldn't miss this for the world. Again, showing he does want to be there every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And hearing the baby's heartbeat was exactly what he needed. And I'm just like, okay, but like how many men will go to like every single doctor's appointment and like be that involved? Like Lucas wants to be. It's like, let him.
Mm-hmm.
Let him, Peyton. Come on now. Like you're gonna ruin his one and only chance.
Right.
So for me, the high was, I liked all the additions, even though like the whole movie stuff was just so funny to me. Obviously having the director in there is pretty entertaining. And also I loved the ending when Lucas walked into the doctor's appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Because he does listen to Peyton. And then the low, Yeah. I didn't like the whole Sam's essay because like she's finally doing better in life, and just getting another thing thrown at her that she doesn't need.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that. I don't like the principal.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Mr. Turner?
Yeah. It's weird that he left in the middle of the year.
Yeah. Well, I guess they want to throw this evil lady in there.
Yeah. Or just like one episode because Haley, well, not one episode, maybe 2 episodes because Haley does leave back her own after this. But yeah, so my high was Lucas coming to the appointment as well to show that even though he's been busy with the movie, he still, makes Peyton and the baby a priority still. And then the low was same thing with the paper with Sam, with Haley having to make a hard decision. But, she, at the beginning, she said she wanted to help her students and make a difference in their lives. And she felt like she, couldn't do that with Clinton because he was killed. Like she felt like she could have done more or something. And now she has Sam, who is a different kid who hasn't had the best life. And she wants Sam to know that her paper and her life story means something that's worth hearing about. So I'm glad she did go through with it, even though her job is on the line. So
Well, they have money.
yeah,
She doesn't. I think maybe that's the difference of
maybe.
one of us, if we were a teacher having to make that tough decision where you don't know where your next paycheck is going to come from. But Haley doesn't need the job, so because she can go focus on music. Nathan, like they're doing fine. Look at their house they live in. So like that's the whole thing is like maybe if she had to worry about money like she did in high school, maybe her choice would have been different. Maybe she would have listened to Sam. But because she doesn't need the money and she doesn't worry about where her next meal is going to come from, she was able to do it probably.
Yeah.
Because again, a lot of people are going to worry about their paycheck. I have to keep this job. Like I love you, but I have to keep this job. Where Haley doesn't have that choice or to worry about that. So I think maybe things would have been different if she did have to struggle.
And then would she probably get the chance to teach again at a different school maybe?
She probably would, but Haley only wants Tree Hill.
Right, yeah.
So since there's only one school, I guess that's it for her.
Yeah. And then rating?
I want to hear yours first.
Like an 8.
What? What?
Why was yours higher?
Yes.
What? 10?
Yes. I told you this is one of my favorite episodes.
All right, yeah.
I just love it so much. So for me, 100% I'm giving it a 10. Entertaining throughout the whole episode.
Yeah, I just don't like how Peyton just kind of swept her feelings under the rug and not telling Lucas the truth, how she was feeling about going through all this alone.
Well, I think because she just got him back, she doesn't want to set anything off. Maybe.
What do you mean just got him back?
Well, she just got him back from not being with him for all that time. And he was with Lindsay and, I think she was just like, I don't want to be a burden on him. So I'm just going to make everything happy and not have him have to worry about anything. Because I just got him back. I don't want anything to be in the way of us. So maybe that's her thinking, but also she's pregnant, so I don't know. But well, who's your best and worst?
The best was Haley because she, went through with her gut and choosing Sam to be published, her essay to be published in the newspaper, even though she was going to lose her job. And was just doing right by her student. And then the worst was Adam, just because he was suggesting that they would cast like the hottest people, so the right actors for the roles, and not listening to Lucas.
Well, I went with Miss Rumpkus or whatever her name was.
Oh yeah, the principal.
Yeah, is the worst.
Right,
Because she actually threatened an employee that said, if you publish this, you will be done. You know, like what? So I did not like that.
Right, yeah. And it seemed like her idea, not the superintendent either. So I wonder if that was just her idea.
Yeah, like what? Like Mr. Turner would have had a different
Opinion.
yeah, and he would have had a different view. Like even if he agreed with this principle, he would have come at Haley differently. And that's what I like. Just like Brooke when she stole. She thought she was going to expel, but he's like, did you learn a lesson? And she says, yes. Well, then you graduated. It's like that's something he would have done with Haley.
Yeah.
Of like, somehow we're going to get through this. Somehow I'm going to teach you a lesson. Some like, just somehow, like, it's going to be better. But like, this one is just, you're done. So I just didn't like that because she clearly doesn't know her staff very well. You can't just keep firing people. You know, I've had that. So it's like where they don't know the staff, so they just want to go out and just fire every single person. Like you can't just do that.
Right.
That's who she reminded me of. That's why I can't stand her. So because there are people in the world like that. So yeah, she was the worst for me. I didn't like her. She can go away anytime. And then the best, I also picked Haley for what she did.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you. Do you think if this was a different student, a student Haley doesn't really know, do you think she would do the same exact thing?
I don't know if she looked at the essay, maybe.
Like, she knows Sam's history, obviously. She is close to Sam because she now lives with Brooke. Do you think there was obviously a big reason to publish Sam's essay versus if it was another student, would she really give up her job for a student she does not know?
Yeah,
that's my thing is it's great that it was Sam's, but part of me wish it was somebody else just to see if Haley would have done the same thing.
Yeah, that would be a great question to ask Joy if she would think that. Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of times they like to throw characters in that we know, you know, Sam, Q, which she would have done for those two. But she also had a relationship with them outside of school. Just like our teachers. There were teachers that we went to school. They don't know us. If they said, what do you know about the student? They would not know a thing about us. Would they really give up their career over us? No. So that's what I'm saying. I just want to know if Haley would. Because with the people she gets invested in, yes, she would. But if she's not invested in you, I don't know if she really would. So that was my big thing out of that, though. I was happy she did it, but I was kind of wishing it was a different kid.
Right.
And then what's the next episode?
Episode 17, You and Me, and the bottle makes 3 tonight.
Interesting.
Drinking or something?
Possibly. All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep. And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.